think that entrepreneurship is all about the business.
That's not true. Absolutely not true. Once you know yourself, who you are, what do you want, what you already know within yourself, you will definitely be successful. That I guarantee you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Personal Development for Entrepreneurs. I'm here with my friend and mentor, Dr. Venga. In today's episode, we have another interesting topic, which is learning from failure. Again, what better person to talk to about this than with Dr. Venga? Good evening, Dr. Venga.
Good evening, Ikram. Good evening. Nice to see you again, huh?
Yes, likewise. Good to see you.
Great.
So, Venga, learning from failure. I know you have gone through this many times, and sometimes it's not through your own. I think in your case, many of it was not through your own doing. It was, the environment, circumstances, and everything. And yet you thrived. You came out of all this. And by all counts, by all measurements that society would measure a successful person against, you check the boxes. You essentially turned out successful. I'm hoping today you can share some of your philosophies when it comes to failure and how the rest of us can learn from this.
I think, Ikram, even you as an example, you or anybody else in life, they first of all must learn there's no such thing as failure. You fail an exam. No, man, you don't fail an exam. You just didn't work hard enough to pass the exam. And when you say failure, means you're pointing at somebody else preventing you from sitting for the exam and passing. Somebody else prevented you from reading the book, or you had no book to read. Your failure as somebody doing it to you. Failure is it's something that you don't want to do. You not that you want to fail, but you just don't want to do it, no? Isn't it, Ikram?
Correct.
But it's easy to blame somebody else. No? So failure to me has always been, and till now, is what have I learned from it? What have I learned from it? And what do I do to improve it? In fact, ever since we evolved as human, every day of our life, we've always not done the way we want it to happen, but we have learned from it. From inventing the wheel to this rocket we are flying to the moon and Mars and all that, it's a string of things that we have done and not succeeded, and we try again and try again and try again and try again, and then we make it. That's true or not?
Absolutely true. Yes.
We 200 years ago, the world was square, right? Flat.
Correct.
The white man's theory, right? But 7,000 years ago, the Indians said, no, this is round. Like the sun be a round. The moon is round. Everything is round. Now, why can't the white people think, hey, if that is round, that is round, this is round, why not this round? No. It has to be flat. You understand the thinking, eh? So that's why we learned this word failure from the English language, from the English terminology. You go and find a word called failure in Chinese or in Indian language, the 360 over languages, you will never find the word failure. Never. Because there is no such thing as failure. Because you'll find a way to do it better. So when I first came across the word success, this was in the very early 50s. I read a book called Napoleon Hill. You probably remember it, right?
Yes.
And then,
Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah, right, right. And you know what, Ikram? That's the first time they explain success. This chap, Napoleon Hill, success, when he wrote the word failure and success on a board, and he was looking at it, he himself looking at it, where the son, who was, I think he was deaf, was born deaf, he couldn't hear. He took a black chalkboard, chalk, I think so, can't remember. Hey, happened 50. How many years ago was that? 70 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The book, no? I don't even have the book with me now. You know?
Right.
Yeah. That's because they banned it in Malaysia. That's why I think I left it in Singapore. You know, success. This boy took a chalk and on the word S word, he put two stroke. And
Mm-hmm.
on the C, he put a two stroke. SUCCESS, and success, right? So he drew like that. And then Napoleon Hill defined that you are successful when you make money, the dollar sign.
Mm-hmm.
And then that took off. Think and Grow Rich, the book took off and did very well. So success is defined with money.
Right.
But Ikram, strangely, the first thing I did was, after reading the book, I did the same thing, but instead of the word success, I erased it and put the word happy. HAPPY, happy. I was quite young. Well, that time already, I know how to read and write.
Mm-hmm.
Because to read Napoleon Hill, you must know how to read and write, right? So
Correct.
I was already about 15, 16 years old. Okay. Now, then I removed the word success to happy, HAPPY, happy.
Mm.
So I say failure, I put below failure, learn. Happy, always.
Mm.
So whatever I did, I must feel happy. No? Whether it was flying a kite, whether it was working in the shop, whatever I did, I must be happy. I define, first of all, success as happiness inside, The reason why we are always caught up with this failure thing, we are comparing ourselves with other people.
Right.
Oh, he has got that, I don't have it. Comparison. So in my mind, the word success is not related with money. It's never related with I can fly a plane or I can go to America. No. Am I happy to go there? And once I defined that, it becomes very easy. That's what led me eventually find the three formula: the right, the goal, and the review.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I realized that my brain need to understand what is this thing called happiness. Money you can always define, So
Correct.
what is happiness? So I defined, I start to write, I'm happy because I feel this way, I'm inside me, and I'm describing things which I don't even understand. My feeling, that's how it started. I wrote that down. And from that, what I wrote down, I went to the second step. Hey, this goal. Actually, the word goal, today I use it very often. It's not goal, but process goal. What are the process to achieve your goal? So in order to be happy, what are the processes? What must you do to become happy? So my intention has never been to look at the result. the happiness, but rather look at the process. Am I doing this properly? Is there another way to do it? Is there a better way to do it? Can I do it in a shorter time?
Right.
Now, then automatically the third thing comes, review. Meaning, every time you sit down to look at what you have done, you will always ask yourself, hey, can I do this better? Is there a way to do whatever I'm doing? Can I do it better? The answer will always be yes. Always, anything that you do can improve. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, true, right?
Of course.
So
Yeah.
the review is very important. I review the process.
Right.
I write down what had happened and then look at the process and say, hey, how can I improve this process?
Mm-hmm.
So you notice, there's no failure in this, okay? It's only how to improve what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Correct or not?
Yes.
In anything. I also learned something which only today I knew it about in the 1960s and 70s about emotional intelligence and all that. At that, before I read the book on emotional intelligence, I didn't know emotion. Even the word emotion was new to me. But I realized, hey, I have no emotion now. People can express emotion. I love you, hug me. They think that's not emotion. That's a show off. Pretending other people can see, okay? But
Right.
I felt it inside me. But I couldn't define the word emotion. So I was more interested in improving even my feeling. Hey, can I improve that, the way I'm feeling? Is there a way to improve that? And strangely enough, Ikram, it's also very important, Lana. What I'm going to tell you might shock you, Lana. You probably already realize it now. Is when you eat a lot of carbohydrate, okay, you actually suppress the possibility of improving yourself.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's a surprise.
Surprise, right? Let me give you another surprise. If you starve yourself for about 6 to 8 hours, okay, you think better.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Evolution. We were searching for food, right?
Correct.
We thought ways to get food, right?
That's
like
right.
an animal, right?
Yeah.
Yes or not? The hungrier you are, the more you will find ways to improve the process, not success. Improve whatever you have done, and you won't do it the same way. You'll do it different way, right?
Yes.
Yes or not?
Correct.
Right? But
Yep.
so hunger drives you to think, right? But if you're full, your stomach is full, what do you want to do? Sleep, right?
Sleep.
You see?
Yes.
So failure, the word failure is defined by the English, by the British, as something you have done wrong. No, it's completely improving what you're doing. Improving what you're doing, improving. And when I tell you there is no such word as failure in any Indian language, I hope you're surprised at that. There is none.
I am. I thought there was.
You look for it. I will be Ikram, I will be very surprised if you find it and show it to me. I'd be very surprised.
Okay. Yeah, this definitely requires some research, because it's interesting to know that it's
right. Because failure It's a very simple failure. Done, you fail. But there's no such thing as failure. It's always improving.
Mm.
There's always another way to do it. So this is an Eastern culture, always improving.
But
That's
you
why,
said,
yes,
sorry, just to interject, you said just now that you need to be hungry.
yes,
Right? Otherwise, you don't look at failure as a process to improve, but rather a dead end. That means, oh, I failed. What sparks that hunger? How do you create that
hunger.
Yeah.
It's your guts lah. When the body has used up all the ingredient that it needs to, it's a muscle. All your muscles, they are helping you survive. The muscles will then instruct the stomach or the digestive system to grind and to create hunger. How? By producing acid and things like that, no? To then immediately induce the brain. There are certain cells in your neurocortex, your frontal lobe and all that, that will create the signal that you got to look for something to eat. But it starts from the guts. That's why nowadays science explains very clearly that there is a separate set of brain for the digestive tract. You know that by science, right?
Yeah. I've
And
read
a
it.
separate, that means there's another brain there, no?
Yeah.
It's very effective.
So you're saying in order to be hungry for success, literally you should be hungry in your stomach.
Well, it's like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying your muscle in your body activates because it needs food. It wants all the ingredients for it to feed.
Mm-hmm.
So what does it do? It makes you hungry and you eat food. That hunger has nothing to do with success. Okay?
Right.
Because success is competitive. I mean, you must compare with something. Then I am doing this, he is doing that. I'm more successful than him or her. You see, there is always a comparison. But when you are happy, you are happy with what you have. But then you are not comparing it to somebody else. The moment you compare it, you become what? You become unhappy. Exactly. And because you're unhappy, then your greed comes in.
Mm-hmm.
You create the greed. Your body don't create the greed. You eat too much, not just enough, too much because you're greedy. You are afraid that you will not get a meal for the next 12 hours or the next 48 hours.
Right.
And therefore you are greedy. It's nothing to do with stomach. It's got to do with you. Because you don't like the process. The process is, I got to look for, in 8 hours from now, I need to go out and look for food. I don't want the process. I just want to lie down and sleep, get up, and where's the food? So
right.
I catch it, I cook it, I leave it there. It's always there. But the good thing about human is, you cook food and leave it there, it'll become bad.
Yes.
The good thing about animal is, no matter how bad it is, they'll eat it. Because their digestive tract can take all that. We eat bad food, we'll die.
Correct.
You see the difference or not?
Yeah.
So, first of all, the word success must be taken out and replace it with I'm happy. I'm happy with what I have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But I have to do certain things which is required of me. Okay? Now,
Right.
in your case, as an example, of course, of course you need money, okay, in your progress in life, because the system was set up some 300 years ago where you have to work in order for them to pay you salary. 200 years ago or 300 years ago, there was no such thing. People did what they did. They went and planted a paddy or did something and went hunting. They're quite happy. The organized form of putting you to labor, they call, of course, the West call it industrial level revolution. Understand that or not? But industrial revolution already existed in India from zero to until 18th century. Meaning people traded with one another. They either exchanged gold or whatever it is. There was trade already industrialized. They were already exporting their cotton to Rome and all the rest of it. You go along that road, okay? So there was already industrialization. Okay, you work within your family or you work with somebody or something like that. There was no such thing as you go to school and after school you go to university and after that you put on a cap and come and join the factory line.
Yeah.
Which is what is today, right?
Correct.
Correct or not?
Correct.
So in other words, systematically human beings have become a robot. So now they're replacing you, a human, with a robot or artificial intelligence. But as a human, you got to start being a human. So get rid of the word success because that's comparison. Happy. If you replace it with happiness, everything else will fall to places. And all you need is a simple thing. Write down what your thoughts are. I mean, all the things that you're feeling about it.
Right, right.
Okay. Then make sure that you improve the process. I call it process goal. Set a goal and improve the process. The goal will come if you improve the process. Yes or no, Ikram?
Correct.
And thirdly, to review. The more you review yourself, you will find a way to become successful within what you want, Ikram. You can't tell me, Venga, I want the sun. You go and try, lah. Yeah. You can say to me, I want to go to the moon. Yeah, that's possible. I want to go to the Mars. Yeah, sure, it's possible. Sure, it's possible. But why do you want to go there? You want to go there because you think there are metals there which you can bring back here and sell it to some other people and make more dollar, right? Dollar. You are not going to Mars because you want to explore Mars and help the whatever is there, help them become better. Okay, all this bullshit, sorry, Vikram, I'm using a bad word. Okay, all this bluff about caring for people, all this are nonsense, You know, you understand? You look at us, no, look at us. See, we live with nature.
That's right.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
No human is more respectful than the Indians versus nature. Why? They respect nature because it's the mother of all civilization. Without nature, without the microbial things from the ground, you and I won't be alive, right?
Correct.
Yes.
That's
60% of our entire genome, the cells inside us, 60% of that is microbial living things, isn't it, Ikram?
Correct.
Every time we eat a vegetable, we are bringing additional microbial being into our system, isn't it?
That's right.
A banana. You eat a banana, suddenly it can become hemoglobin, right? So what happens if you eat $1? You take a US dollar, $1, eat it. What happens?
Nothing. You might get a stomach ache.
Correct. But
Yeah,
you eat banana,
you get some nutrition.
you see? So this is the way to look at success and failure. The
Right.
definition, if your mind can accept, and you must be able to understand, hey, I don't fail, I tried. I didn't do it the right way. I have done it the wrong way. Once that is clear, then the path to whatever you want to do will happen. Like you take a human being who's not producing what you want them to produce. Okay? Meaning make a call or sell a product or whatever the case. They are thinking of going and seeing more people or more of the customer. Okay? If you don't even know what are you selling, why are you selling it, and how can my product help the other person who's going to buy the product, okay, that whatever his process that he's doing, he doesn't improve. If he does not improve his process, why should he buy your product?
No reason.
You want to make the customer happy, right? So you
Correct.
got to find out what is his requirement, right? And you are satisfying his requirement. Am I right?
Correct.
With a product. If your customer is a hungry fella, you buy him a piece of bread and give it to him. Yes. After eating the bread, he'll feel a bit comfortable. Then you can tell him what you have come there for, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So again, the purpose becomes important.
Mhm.
So in anything that we do, once you look at what you're doing, the process, improve the process, the result will come. But if you focus your attention on the successful dollar as the think and grow rich, right?
So rich.
Yeah. If you use money, dollar, money, and everything that you do is pointing toward that success, you will not be happy, no?
So
Because
essentially, you're saying look at failure as a process,
yes,
right? One where you have to apply your three rules, write, process goal, and review. With the writing, you're writing why did I fail? Or how can I improve from this?
you write, first of all, hey, I have done this. It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? You ask yourself that. Something is not, the process is not right. How can I improve the process? See, the answer is not outside, it's inside you.
Yes, definitely.
Correct or not?
Correct.
If you do not have the memory, you have to look for the memory inside you. Yes or not?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Where did I get the memory? You have been absorbing the memory from the time you came out of your mother's womb. You know? Day one, you are absorbing. And they are stored inside you. 90% of what you absorb, you have absorbed it unconsciously. Consciously,
That's right. Yeah.
consciously, maybe 10%. So the idea of you sitting down, writing it down is you are searching for it inside you. I don't know this. When you say, I do not know this, then the question of why don't you know it? You'll ask yourself, why? Oh, I've never done it before. Are you sure? I'm not sure. Well, think about it. Then you sit down in one little corner and suddenly it'll come in. The answer will come, right?
That's
You have
right.
experienced that many a time, right?
Yes.
So did the answer come from outside? No, it's inside you, right? So what we are failing to do is to go deep inside yourself, okay, Does that mean the older you are, the more information you have? Yes. Meaning you have absorbed a lot of things. I have absorbed more than you, Ikram.
Correct.
I have. And you are absorbing a lot more. But you and I have absorbed it unconsciously. So the question of writing is to write it so that it's clear. It's a little, when you write things down, is it clear in your mind?
Yes.
Now, when you write it down, you are creating what Albert Einstein called it, the dimensions of what you see. They talk about the 2 dimension, the 3 dimension, the 4 dimension, the 11 dimension, and all that. Okay? From an Indian perspective, there are 112 dimensions.
Right.
In anything.
Right.
So all that is inside you. You're born with it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be a human.
Mm-hmm.
Yes or not?
True.
Ikram, with 2 cells, one from your father, one from your mother, you have become like that, right?
Yes.
Miracle happened.
No.
No, there's no miracle there, right? The 2 cells
Right.
got together and they built it, right? That's how you became, right?
That's
Yes
right.
or not?
Yep.
So therefore, inside that process, it's there what? So lots of things are inside you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you see, the problem is when we don't understand this, we get angry. When we get angry, we lose our ability to think. Yes or no?
Correct. I experienced this many times.
So when you sit down and write, when you write, why am I angry? What is making me angry? How can I improve this process? Will you get the answer or not?
Yes, you
You
would.
will, right?
It's worked
So,
for me.
so it's a process, right?
Correct.
After you've done it, am I happy with what I've got? Or could I improve it? Yeah, can improve some more. What are you doing? You're improving yourself, right? The review will improve you, right?
Correct.
Who is reviewing, Ikram? You
Me,
yourself,
the
right?
individual. Yes, correct.
If somebody review for you, then he is the one who is successful. You are not. Okay? It's like I tell people who are in the selling business now, if you don't review your call, what did I talk to the customer? How did I approach the customer? Where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? What is that ways in which to improve? If you don't ask these kind of questions after each and every call and write a report, good luck to you, no? So that's why a salesperson or someone in the field working must write a daily report. I have introduced this concept in construction. Every single engineer must write a daily report in a book. At the end of it, review that and write the comments.
Makes sense.
So simple enough, right?
Absolutely.
But to do it, you must make it happen. So in your own case, unless you review it, you will see everything that you do didn't work as failure. No, it's never a failure.
It's a process
Yeah, it's a process.
of right goal review.
That's it. As simple as that.
Great.
There's also magical about this. No?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you're working in organization, I mean, if you're a big organization, this learning process, this reviewing process must be done and taught to one another again and again. That's why, Ikram, I wrote this book called One Day at a Time. I very specifically tell people, what did I achieve today? What did I learn today? Was I productive today? And that's as simple as that, no?
Correct.
Right, man. It's
Absolutely.
simple. You use it, huh? Okay.
For our viewers, if you're interested in getting the book, you can just comment in the comment section below, and someone from Dr. Venga's team will be in touch. The book can be sent to you. I've read it. It's a great book. Venga, we have another 2 minutes before we have to wrap up. So it's been interesting, and I like what you've shared today. Basically, the word failure in your vocabulary doesn't exist. You view it as a process towards being not successful but happy. And that process is just something you keep reiterating all the time, which is write, goal, review. Right, what is causing me my failure? Why am I, what have I done? Have I tried this? Why am I failing at this? Create a process to overcome or to answer these questions that you're writing, and then review it on a daily basis, right? Okay. It sounds like a lot of effort, but if you get into it, doing it, just 30 minutes every day, you will see tremendous results, right?
All I ask is, even if you can spend just 20 minutes doing this process every single day, you will see tremendous improvement in you. Just 20 minutes every single day. It must be done. And Ikram, what will happen? Automatically, you become a motivated person by doing these three simple things, which is the write, the goal, the review, and what did I achieve today? You write down. And then you suddenly realize, hey, I could have done more, no? I could have done that better, no?
Correct. Yeah.
And what did I learn today? Hey, actually, I didn't learn anything today. No, you look, go back. You are not conscious. Your awareness is not there. So it teaches you to become conscious of what you're doing. Then you can improve awareness, which is motivation.
Correct.
Okay. And asking a question, was I productive today? Answer will be, yeah, but could it be better? So all these are things that you do to motivate yourself. You don't need to go to motivational class and all that. You motivate yourself. Like, as I told you just now, only when you're hungry, you look for food, right? Those days lah.
Correct.
Today, 1 o'clock, boom, you eat, right?
Correct.
It's necessary. Eat when you're hungry. Huh? Okay.
That's right.
Okay, I think we have done enough today.
Thank you very much, Binga, for your time. To our listeners and viewers out there, if you have questions, post them in the comment section below. Dr. Venga usually answers the questions personally. I hope this has been helpful for you as it has been for me. Although these are things Dr. Venga tells me all the time, every time just hearing it again helps. It just reminds me that these are the things I should be continuing to do. Our next episode of personal development for entrepreneurs is happening on the 2nd of October. It's the first Wednesday of the month, as always, at 8 p.m. Good night.
Good night. Good night, Ikram.